With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
Here we go. 50, green. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Ready, go.
This is Eric Dickerson, four-time rushing champ, and he is going to lose yardage here. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Off the play fake. Gabriel. Then he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That gain on third down, good for 28. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Gabriel. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Throwing on first down. Gabriel. And that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake. Gabriel. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Looking long for Thomas. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the 6-time Pro Bowler Eric Allen. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, it's Samuel, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw's a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. A big play there for Cincinnati. 45 yards. Here we go now on 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Reggie Gilliam taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Hester going to decide against a return, and they will spot this at the 25. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Off play action. Gabriel. That would complete downfield to Thomas. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Demaryius Thomas, 49 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here comes Devin Hester bringing it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Lawrence will throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. On 3rd down, it's Debo. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Another carry for the wide receiver, Samuel. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on third down. Up the middle they go with a big back Jackson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
They're going on fourth down. Lawrence. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Out of the gun, it's going to be Samuel with a run. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Flush to his right, and that is incomplete here.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And luckily one of his teammates able to fall on it, so the NFC will hang on to the football. This has been a long drive. You know that defense, they're craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free but couldn't recover it.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6, right? Making an exclamation point. Instead, you get put a question mark next to this drive now after the fumble, even though they recovered it.
Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete on the deep ball. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Let's get off the field, B. Let's get off the field.
Thomas, the man in motion left. Throwing to start the drive. Gabriel. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A final shot before break. Gabriel. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. It's the NFC to possess it first as we are back and underway for the third quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A handoff for Samuel, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. On 2nd down, here's Debo. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired, and hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. Off the play fake. Gabriel. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Off play action. Gabriel. They'll roll him out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. There he goes left side. The 30. 10. And he's going to bring this one back for an NFC touchdown. Well, here in this third quarter, the whole complexion of the ball game flips on a dime there, CD. This is back to a one-score game.
And sometimes when your offense is sputtering, you as a...
Oh, this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Randy Moss. 75 yards. And the Bengals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Hester to return from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
A run for Debo here to start the drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. Here's a give to Samuel. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. This is Samuel. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Lawrence to throw. Got a man complete, Calvin Johnson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff inside, it's Jackson. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From midfield now, Lawrence. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of